Okay, so at this point, this image should look familiar. We know that we're working in gradient and we're working with gradient of value and gradient of scale or size of shape. So, and we see this sort of gradual change to small, from big to small. And then we also see this gradual change from darks to light. And now we want to go in reverse. Okay, so in this time, what we're going to do is switch up where we see our blackest blacks, we'll see our lighter lights. We will see our darkest, where we see our lightest lights, we'll see our blackest blacks. Okay. Now we are going to start from our whitest whites in this assignment. So I'm going to go to my 1 layer and I'm actually going to click on that whitest white, scroll up just so I can see it. And I'm going to go to my bucket tool. Now remember, I'm on that 1 layer, so I can click right in the center so that I know I'm going to get just that layer. That's going to become important because we start clicking all over the place. We're not going to get the bucket tool in the shape that we need. So when you click, I recommend staying right in the center. So now I'm going to go to the 2 layer, make sure that you're selected on it, and I'm going to change my grayscale to the next step down of the white, of the grayscale. Again, I'm on that 2nd layer, okay? I don't want to click over here because then I would have to resize it. But if I just stay in the center, see how it will just keep that square for me? That's why I want you to stay in the center. So I'm going to do it again. On the layer 3, I'm going 3 in from my white, and boom, I have this one. I'm going to do it again. Boom, you're going to find that this part, once you understand it, will go a little bit faster for you. Okay. And so I'm just going in, clicking on that next level down. And if I get confused, I can just count to make sure that my counting syncs up. Okay. Come over, click in that center. That way, you know, all of these colors, all of these values are in the center. So no matter what layer I select, I will, if I just click in the center, I will get that value changed in that original shape, which works quite nice for me. Now that's a big one there. So I would actually don't do that because it's such a big size difference. I would change that a little bit. And go down one more. There we go. Now let's see. Okay. And then we'll come down here. And then we'll come down there to go to 13. And then 14. And then 15. Okay, so now we've gone from light to dark. Okay, so once you have that one, make sure you're saving it, okay? Because you're going to be handing in all of these. So now that we've done that, I want us to do one that is a cut, okay? So that one is basically using the 2 things that we've already done. So we see that we have a whole light to dark, and then we have half of a, and I'll hide this so you can see it. We have half of a dark to light. Okay, and I'm going to switch back to my, so we have to dark. Okay, so let's talk about how we did this, or one way of doing it. There's many ways of doing things. I'm going to take this group. This group 2 has 15 layers in it. okay? Because each one represents a different value, okay? I'm going to select it and I'm going to right click over here and go duplicate group, okay? Just so I have both, okay? And I'm going to leave the top one there. I'm going to take the bottom one. I'm going to hide the top one just so they keep it out of the way. And I'm going to reverse. So similar to what I just did for the other assignment, which was light to dark, I'm going to do that here. Okay, so I'm going to click from the center, just like I taught you before. Switch it up, make sure you're on the right layer, 3rd or 3, clicking in the center, 4, clicking in the center, 5, select the gray that you need, and click in the center. Here we go, 7. Remember to stay in that center. 8. And then 9. And then 10. And then 11. And then 12. And 13. Okay, then 14. Okay, so now I have both groups. I have from dark to light, and I have from light to dark. Okay, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to duplicate. Well, I'll show you the way I did the first one. So I'm gonna, I didn't, I didn't mean to drop it in there. So I'm gonna cancel this. Put it right on top. So I had that light to dark. So I'm gonna duplicate my group 2, just so that I have it in case I ever need to go back. I have it. What I'm gonna do now, though, is go back into that first group of dark to light, and I'm going to select the top one, scroll down, hold down the shift key while I'm holding it, click on the last one. That allows you to select them all together. Okay, select the top one, hold down the shift key, select the bottom. Once I do that, I can right click and I can scroll down until I see merge layers. It's going to merge the layers I've selected. Okay. And so that's now what it has done. And as I said, before I do something like that, I always duplicate my layers as I did here, just in case I ever need to go back to it. I got it. Okay. So now that I have this with really just one layer, because I just merged all those layers together, I'm going to then select it, get my polygonal lasso tool. It will be underneath lasso tool. And I'm going to try to go, here we go. See if I can, let's navigate this in a little bit so that I can see. And then let's click on the top and then click in the corner. And hang on, I think I didn't get it all. And it's okay if you go outside, which is what I'm doing to make sure I get it all. And I'm trying to get that little circle that you see now. When I click, uh-oh, that didn't work. Deselect. I'm kind of glad because then you guys can see it when it's not working. I don't know why Photoshop didn't like that one, but that's okay. There's that circle. So now that I have that triangle, I'm simply going to hit delete. Okay. And I'm going to hide I'm going to hide the other one just so that you can see. Okay, so I hid all the other layers. I'm going to deselect my selection tool so you just see it that way. So again, the easiest way to do this to me was to merge all of these layers into one layer and then select the triangle of it and delete it. So I always have that duplicate of that whole folder where the layers are there in case I ever need it. Okay. So I'm making that visible now, and I'll hide that just so that you can remember this was the light to dark. And now I have them both right on top of each other. Okay. So if you got that far, excellent. You're doing great. Okay. So right now we've gone over how to do a few things. And that's an example of it, but I'm going to give you a better example. Let's see. Here we go. Stand right first. We did the gradient value scale using darks to lights, but we also went gradually change with the shape of the square. So that was the first one. The second one we did as monochromatic. So you should have all of these so that you have it to hand in. And the monochromatic required us to put in a flat color, right? So get a layer at the top and get us a nice flat color from here. Okay, and use the bucket tool. After that, you went into your blend mode and chose color. Okay, so that was your gradient using the grayscale. This is your monochromatic. And then we went from there and we went to difference. Just here. And then we did another file that we did in subtract. Okay, so you need each of these documents to show. Okay, then from there, as you know, we just did the cutaway, which is that. Okay, so if you have all of those, you're doing great. There will be some other ones that we will use in this series. Okay, if you have any questions, please do not hesitate to contact me. I am very happy to help you in any way I can. All right, bye now.